Hello, far things, my grandchildren. My name is Glenna Meeks, but Grandma to you. Your parents, my children, Amistad Sinkay and Seneca Chase Meeks, and I are now things. It is the year 2030, and no matter who your other parents are, part of your heritage will always be African American. I have taken the time and effort to trace our beginnings in this country to the mid 1700s. Our beginnings were mostly in Kentucky and Louisiana, with ancestors from Haiti, Colombia, and many countries in Africa, and some in Europe. In America, race has always been a big issue because its founding principles were white supremacist ideas, both in act and deed. It has limited my and other family members' ascent in education, career, and wealth accumulation. But in this moment, people from all walks of life are protesting for the rights of Black people, the indigenous, LGBTQ, and immigrant people. Our family has achieved more than previous generations because of the work and values your grandfather and I have chosen to model for you. We gladly sacrificed much for your parents' education. And are happily passing the baton and all the wealth and knowledge we have accumulated to them and their families. Please do the same for your children, future generations, and those communities you care for. There is hope for a brighter future for all Americans, but the forces of evil are organized and well funded to prevent that future. This hope is manifesting in organizing for voter registrations and fundraising for candidates to remove problematic lawmakers and leadership with racist and white supremacist agendas. My work has been writing and filmmaking about the issues that have affected my life and other Black people. Documenting these issues are a record for the future. The history I want to survive in the future is the struggle for our people to overcome the obstacles that were put into action through legislation, violence, and complacency that have hindered some of our success, ability to thrive, and our ultimate survival. In spite of this, we have maintained and have continued to overcome despite the persistent and overwhelming government and state-sponsored terrorism and trauma. I would hope in the future we could address these issues in their aftermath with something on the order of the South African reconciliation trials. A pivotal point for me in a post-white supremacist future was the murder of George Floyd and the uprising we saw during the middle of a pandemic. The moment I became worried about the future was the election of Donald Trump. My advice to you, my far things, is to be diligent in your quest for true freedom and equality. Do not let your vision become cloudy with minuscule accomplishments, temporary fixes, or gains for some of us, but not the all of us. This is a long game, and you must play for your children's future and their children's future. Do not make the mistake of our generation and the one before us that got theirs, but did not think of future generations. I ask you, what do you make of this life you've been given, and how do you want to live it? I ask you to live big, think large, don't play yourself small. Enjoy your one and only life. Be what it is you want to be. Do not limit yourself and reach for the stars because you just might land up on your own galaxy. In this moment, I have lived 3/4 of my life. I'm living the life I've worked for and dreamed of in the place of my fantasy above the Pacific Ocean on the west coast of California. I have liberated my husband from the black people that own slaves, my children from a limited future, fellow union workers from corporate thieves, and my beloved black people with the truth in my writing and the films I write and direct. If you have not read my words or saw my films, please take the time to do so. It will set you free.